Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Amber with Amber Crafting, and I've got a demonstration and process for this paper crafting kit from the Gooseby Twins collaboration with Paper House Production. I want to make a travel journal with it because I think that we're coming off of the holiday travel period, and these papers and accessories are just so gorgeous and fitting for memory keeping our vacations. So without further ado, I will open this up and show you what you get. And I did do two quick projects that I'll also demonstrate as well. So this paper crafting kit, it contains scrapbook papers, stickers, vellums, and washi. Let's see what you get. There are some circle stickers. These are perfect for making notations next to pictures and memories. This is the sticker book, where there are more of those journaling type stickers. There's also calendar stickers, items to show what you did, and icons, numbers. There's some beautiful artwork and icons. I really love the girls in particular. Some check boxes. Then the vellums, you get 4 designs. There is this beautiful Montserrat leaf. There's it says vacation. This one says good vibes only, and this one is a design of all of the decor and icons, so it reflects what you saw in the sticker kit. And then there are 2 washi tapes. One is this plain. The other is matching this vellum with the decor and the icons. And then we have these scrapbook papers. So the kit has, and I'll have to refer back to the box. Or the information for the amount of papers, because I have used a couple, but there's this design with the location names. We've got this beautiful tree leaf. We've got this one, which is travel tags, so you can cut those out. So there's 3 of each design. Then we have these crowns. I recognize this is very signature of the Gooseby Twins. Then we have this Where to Next. I really love this one. We have Wanderlust on the other side. Then we have this beautiful ombre effect with the suitcase and the hat. So it's really reminiscent of that like island vacation travel. Last we have Vacation Vibes with, again, that ombre color, the girls, and then the back you could put your photo here. So this would be a very easy way to make a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout. I could see putting both of them next to each other and kind of even have the bottom be like a collage of photos. That would be very cool. So the idea that I had for this kit was to, before I talk about the idea, I can show the 2 small projects that I made. These are small books using 1 piece of scrapbook paper a piece. So this, you take one piece of scrapbook paper and you cut it lengthwise at 6 inches? I'll link the tutorial that I followed below. And what you get when you cut that piece of paper is you get a 10-page book. So this is page 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then the back. And what you can do is you can put small photos here, maybe some journaling on the other side, but it was such an easy way to use one piece of scrapbook paper. Sometimes the paper is so gorgeous that you want to get good use out of it, but not like use it up. So if you have only 2 pieces of that paper or limited amounts of that paper, that this is a great way to use the one paper and get a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak. So this is the second one, and again you have the 10 pages, so you know, that really beautiful repeated pattern there. And it's surprising how substantial the book feels with regards to the number of pages that you get, even though you only used one piece of scrapbook paper. And then you could use, you could sew this together, you could staple it. I just used a very simple method. I punched 3 holes and then threaded this raffia ribbon on it, and I felt like the raffia kind of echoed that kind of island vacation theme that the scrapbook paper is giving. And I'm going to use these to do a small documentation of my recent trip. So there's one option that you can do. What I want to do today is make a journal, kind of using that junk journal method. I already have a box that I've cut. So this is a Club Crackers box. So right side up, it would have been like this with the 4 sides. I cut off the top and the bottom, and I cut off this side because this side is the side that I use for the binding and to sew the signatures into, and then this will be the cover. So I intend to end up with a book that is this size. I would open it up and you know, have the interior of the book be there. So I really wanted to use this Gooseby Twins kit to fill up the bulk of this book with those beautiful vacation colors, and I'll take you along for the process. So I'm going to speed up this next part and do a voiceover of what I'm doing so that you can follow along. And without further ado, let's get started. At this point, I'm going through my papers, and I decided to choose this one because it was a lighter weight cardstock than the Gooseby Twins collection that I had, and the reason was I just wanted to have a background and a little bit of extra stability on the book without adding extra bulk. So I glued this on with a glue stick and trimmed the edges so that I could fold them around the corners. Next, I'm cutting another piece of paper to line the inside, again to add the extra stability to the journal, and I'm going to affix it to the inside of the book with my glue stick. This glue stick, it's from Staples, and I use this for most of the paper crafting that I do because it's very secure and I buy it in bulk, and it does work really, really well. So I'm rubbing it around the edges so that I can fold the corners from the outside of the cover inward to the inside of the cover. And after I do that step, I will go in with my burnishing tool to gently fold the paper in, and I'm doing it that way so that I can get rid of or prevent any cracking from coming. And then I go in again with that burnishing tool to burnish the edge onto the glue to get a very good seal and to have it as affixed as possible to that piece of cardboard. This side of the cardboard is pretty porous, so I find that getting the seal on this edge is pretty easy to do. And again, having a good inch or so around the inside of the cover from the paper that's covering the outside of the book just ensures a lot more stability for the structure of this book. At this point, I have just covered the inside of that box with my glue stick, and I'm going around the edges of that inside piece of paper that I cut, and I'm going to again cover the inside of the box with that other piece of paper, and I'm using the complementary side, and again, this is that scrapbook paper that is a little bit thinner because I do intend to use that Gooseby Twins scrapbook paper, which is a little bit thicker on most of the inside and the outside of the covers, and I just wanted to have it contrast with something as opposed to being glued straight onto the inside of the box. So again, you can see that I'm taking my scraper tool and I'm using it to burnish the entire piece to get the fibers of the paper and the fibers of the cardboard underneath to really seal with that glue. And I'm going around the edge of the box to make sure that it is secure and there's no pieces lifting up. On this part, I have added the Gooseby Twins papers and to the inside and to the outside, and rounding the corners and cutting, or fussy cutting rather, a few of the pieces from the scrapbook paper to add as extra embellishments to that journal. Now I'm going in with another complementary piece of scrapbook paper from the Paper House collection, and I wanted to make a folder out of it so that I could add some additional embellishments to the inside of the folder as well, or the inside of the journal, as well as make some covers for the signatures that will be in the book. I'm making 3 signatures, so you can see here I'm making sure that they're spaced well, and the signatures will be made out of that complementary scrapbook paper that is lighter in feel, so it's a little bit heavier than, say, printer paper, as well as some planner pages, some notebook pages, and some dot grid paper. So I'm cutting it all down to fit the size of the signature covers, and then I am trimming the edges of them as well as rounding each of the corners and folding them and allocating them evenly among those 3 signatures. After that, the folder is being scored and cut, and that folder will be right in the middle of the book, and I'm making it in a design that has 2 secretarial pockets so that the stickers and the post-it notes can fit very neatly inside. At this point, I took my it is a bookbinding tool by We Are Memory Keepers, and I'm using those holes to make holes in that center spine piece, as well as matching it up to each of the 3 signatures and sewing them into the book. Then I'm using my tacky glue to get a good coverage. So this is a wet glue, and I enjoy using it a lot because it dries very quickly, as well as has a very strong hold. And for this part, the spine part, since that's the part that's being most used as people are going into and out of the journal and turning pages and things like that, this is where I would use my heavy duty glue as opposed to the glue stick. And the glue stick is what I would use for the cover and maybe gluing pieces of paper together. But I'm getting a good coverage of that wet tacky glue again into the center spine of the journal cover, and then I'm going to put the spine piece. That spine piece is what I have sewn the signatures to. I'm going to glue that spine piece to the inside of the journal cover. So you can see here I'm pressing that down pretty firmly. I am going to go in with my burnishing tool and just really, really push the spine against the inside of the journal cover. And I'm going to, once I get that initial hold, I will kind of go into the spaces between each of the 3 signatures to again get as firm an adherence as I can. And I'm using bulldog clips here to keep the signatures held shut so that they don't like flop open and place stress on the glue while it's still a little bit tacky or still a little bit wet. And then I'm going to let this journal sit and dry as long as it can. And I'm getting like additional large paper clips to hold that spine piece to the inside of the top and the bottom of the inner cover. So this is the most important part, and probably the part that's the trickiest, making sure that the signature piece or the signature spine is glued as firmly down and affixed as securely as it can be to the inside of that journal cover. So this is why you can see I'm taking my time with it. At this point, the bones of the journal are done. We've got the front cover. I used that great scrapbook paper to line the full outside of the cover, and then I took the Gooseby Twins scrapbook paper and cut it apart so that I could cover the front, the spine with that vacation quote, and the back. On the inside, I used that same scrapbook paper to line the inside of the cover so it coordinates really well with that Gooseby Twins collection, and then use that scrapbook paper to cover that spine insert, which I'm using to support my signatures. We have the 3 signatures with the outside covers of each signature being from that Gooseby Twins collection, and the inside of the signatures are a mixture of planner paper, note paper, some of that coordinating scrapbook paper, and vellum from the Gooseby Twins collection. The inside signature has my handmade folder with a coordinating paper from Paper House, and I'm using it to hold the Gooseby Twins sticker collection. What I'm thinking about doing with this journal is giving it as a gift to someone so that they can record their own vacation adventures, and I think that those sticker kits would go really well in filling up the pages of this book. And then we've got the same paper on the inside of the inside of the back cover. What I'm going to do is take a little bit of time over the next couple of days to make some matching or coordinating journaling cards so that I can put them as well in the little folder. I may add a pocket to the front of the inside cover, or add some simple decor, and perhaps put something additional on the back cover. But I'm very happy with how the basic template for the journal came out, and I hope that the recipient really enjoys getting this as a gift. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me or leave a comment below. These journals are really fun to make. They come together pretty quickly, or at least the main composition does. You can get as complicated or as simple as you want with whatever you're putting inside. And you can make them in a variety of themes and colors. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.